Good morning, my dear students. So, today we are starting with the second cycle of this chapter, that is carbon cycle. Before going to the definition of carbon cycle, we want to know something about what is meant by this chemical element and what is the use of this element in our living system. Carbon constitutes about 49% of the total dry weight, and in nature or in ecosystem they generally existed as carbon dioxide in the air and in the water as carbonic acid, and in solutions it's like in blood you can see that the carbon dioxide is generally existed as bicarbonate as well as carbonate ions. Okay, so in this four different states you can see carbon dioxide in our ecosystem. So what is meant by carbon cycle? As it is being a cycle, the carbon cycle constitutes the cyclic movement of carbon between physical environment and living organism. For more clearly, we can say that it is a cyclic movement of carbon between an abiotic environment and a biotic environment, in between organism and also into the physical environment like atmosphere or water, that carbon or carbon dioxide is getting moved or cycled. This is called a carbon cycle. Actually, the dynamic stage or the dynamic state of this carbon is mainly maintained in our nature by means of an important process that we all know, that is nothing but it is photosynthesis. The photosynthesis activity of the terrestrial green plants in atmosphere as well as the marine phytoplanktons which is present in the sea water generally concerned with the maintenance of carbon in our ecosystem. Okay, so the main, as this carbon is mainly maintained by both the terrestrial green plants and marine phytoplanktons, the reservoir pool of this carbon existed in the two different environments, that is an atmosphere, that is in the air, and also in the hydrosphere, also in the water. Both in air and water we can see the reservoir pool of carbon. When we are comparing these two, that is air and water, it is believed that around 50% of more carbon is mainly concentrated in hydrosphere or in water than compared to atmosphere. Okay, so these are the general idea about the carbon. Then let's move the detail of the cycle. As we have discussed that this is generally the availability of carbon is generally maintained by both water and air. The circulation of carbon generally consists of two phases. What are they? An oceanic carbon cycle or a cycle which is related with water, and a terrestrial carbon cycle which is related with the air. So these are the two phases of carbon cycle. So let's move to the detail. The first one is called the ocean carbon cycle. As the name indicates, as it is an ocean carbon cycle, the reservoir pool of the carbon will be water, seawater. So we can define the oceanic carbon cycle as it is a cyclic movement of carbon between atmosphere and the seawater or hydrosphere. And we know that in seawater, for the alternative of green plants, we have phytoplanktons, right? The phytoplankton are generally concerned with fixing this carbon dioxide, and they will release us what? Oxygen back into the atmosphere. So how this carbon is getting enters into the sea surface or seawater? How the carbon exchange takes place between atmosphere and seawater or sea surface? By means of these three processes, you may be knowing that what is meant by diffusion, precipitation, and the action of the winds as well as waves. By means of these three processes, generally the atmospheric carbon dioxide enters into the surface of seawater. Okay, whenever it enters into the seawater, this carbon dioxide will react with the water form carbonic acid, H2CO3, which will soon get dissociated into H plus and HCO3 minus. Okay, this HCO3 minus again will dissociate into H plus and CO3 minus. Okay, so this dissolved state of this carbon is generally used by the phytoplanktons. The phytoplankton generally, they generally represent the producers in ocean. Okay, so this dissolved carbon dioxide is getting fixed by the phytoplanktons which is present in our ocean by means of photosynthesis. Then what happens by means of the photosynthesis, they will fix the carbon dioxide and result in the formation of organic matters. And this organic, just like in carbohydrate, polysaccharide, etc. Then what happens? We know that in ocean there are a lot of animals are dwelling. So all these animals are depending upon this organic material which is produced by phytoplanktons, right? So by means of the food chain, the organic matter which is fixed by these producers will enter into the consumers, like primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, etc. Okay, so through food chain, this organic material enters into consumer level. And by means of the death of this phytoplanktons as well as consumers, the dead organic matter will be formed. How it is formed? The death of phytoplanktons and consumers causes the formation of dead organic matter. And if you are considering this dead organic matter, a portion of this dead organic matter undergoes decomposition so that the carbon dioxide is getting released back into the oceanic surface, and from this oceanic surface the same process, that is diffusion, wind and wave action, it is returned back into the atmosphere. Okay, then apart from that, a small portion of the dead organic matter also becomes the part of sediments, which means we know that we heard about this calcium carbonate, right? The calcium carbonate is actually the stored form of carbon dioxide or carbon. Here what happens is that a portion of this dead organic matter will be settled on the oceanic floor as which forms? Carbonate as well as bicarbonate forms, and they get stored as calcium carbonate. And we know that what is the purpose of calcium carbonate? Calcium carbonate is generally the part of the exoskeleton of most of the animals which is dwelling in the sea surface, that is, or sea water, that is algae, protozoa, molluscan shell, etc. So the part of this calcium carbonate becomes the part of the exoskeleton. So in this way the carbon is generally circulated. Okay, and apart from all these things, the phytoplanktons as well as the consumers or the animals undergoes respiration. By means of these two processes also, the respiration of these two organisms, again the carbon dioxide is returned back to the oceanic surface, and then by means of diffusion, wind action and wave action, they return back into the atmosphere. So this is the simple representation of oceanic carbon cycle, right? So atmospheric carbon dioxide is getting fixed by phytoplanktons by photosynthesis. They enter into consumers via food chain. They undergoes death. So a portion will undergoes decomposition. So that the dissolved of the carbon dioxide will be entered into oceanic surface, and by the action of these three, it return back. Also, it becomes a part of sediments, and it will be stored as, or it will be the part of exoskeleton of all these organisms. Then apart from that, the respiration of phytoplanktons as well as in the consumers also causes the release of carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. So this is a representation of what? Oceanic carbon cycle. Then let's move into the another phase, that is called a terrestrial carbon cycle. So what may be the terrestrial carbon cycle? It is the cyclic movement of carbon between organisms and the atmosphere. So that means those organisms which is dwelling in the land and the atmosphere generally constitute what? The terrestrial carbon cycle. Okay. Then here what happens is that the atmospheric carbon dioxide will be fixed by which organism? Green plants. Right, and apart from that, now we know that what is meant by chemosynthetic bacteria. They will also concerned with fixing this carbon dioxide. So both photosynthesis, by means of both photosynthesis and chemosynthesis, this atmospheric carbon dioxide is fixed by both green plants and bacteria. And we know that we all heterotrophs are depending upon these green plants for their food. So through food chain, the organic material which is synthesized by the green plants in the form of glucose, polysaccharide or carbohydrate enters into the animals and they get stored. In the animals, we know that the glucose is mainly stored in the form of, yes, glycogen. So in the animals, the carbohydrate will be stored as glycogen. And we know that by means of the respiration, we are releasing what? Carbon dioxide. So by means of the respiration of animals, this carbon dioxide return back into the atmosphere. And also we know that the death of green plants as well as the animals, dead organic matter will be formed. Okay, here also this dead organic matter generally undergoes two different kinds of processing. This dead organic matter generally forms what? The sediments. And here a portion of the sediments forms a fossil fuel and the other portion forms the carbonate rocks. And we know that what is meant by fossil fuels. By the combustion of the fossil fuel like petrols and diesels, again the carbon dioxide is released back into the atmosphere. Then, what about the carbonate rocks? The sediment, one part of the sediments will be stored as carbonate rocks, and we know that the soil is generally formed by means of weathering of rocks. Right? So, by means of the weathering of rocks, this weathering of these carbonate rocks, this carbon dioxide again return back into the terrestrial habitat, that is on land or atmosphere. So in this manner, the carbon dioxide is getting fixed in the terrestrial habitat. Okay, so I hope you understood what is mean by this. And apart from that also, here also the decomposition is there. By means of decomposition of this dead organic matter, again carbon dioxide is released back. So this is a representation of terrestrial carbon cycle. They are fixed by this green plants and bacteria. They enters into they produces the organic matter like glucose, polysaccharide or carbohydrate. They enters into the animals and stored as glycogen. Whenever they are dead, they forms sediments. One part of the sediment forms fossil fuels. By means of the combustion, the carbon dioxide enters back into the atmosphere, and another portion forms the carbonate rocks, and by means of the weathering of the rocks, it enters into the atmosphere. Apart from that, the decomposition as well as the respiration of animals and dead organic matter also releases carbon dioxide. So these are the simple representation of both oceanic carbon cycle and terrestrial carbon cycle. I hope you understood what is meant by this carbon cycle, and if you have any doubt, please do comments in the comment section, and thank you.